right, let's begin. So, I talk a lot about this on my program, and that is clean water. Here we have some news from California. Audit says nearly 1 million in CA face long-term health issues due to unsafe drinking water. This is just in California. It's a lot of people. A new report released by the California State Auditor says that nearly 1 million Californians could face long-term health issues after receiving unsafe drinking water, which could include liver and kidney damage, along with an increased risk of cancer. The audit also criticized the State Water Resources Control Board, saying it lacked the urgency to address the state's failing water systems. According to the report, there were more than 370 failing water systems as of December 2021, which provide water to 920,000 people. Nearly 240 of these water systems have been failing for at least 3 years, and more than 150 have been failing for 5 years. Further, for 2022, the state's water board data showed that an additional 432 water systems serving more than 1 million people are at risk of failing. The majority of the failed water systems were in disadvantaged communities in the Central Valley, with more people being impacted in San Joaquin, Stan, Islas, and Merced counties. The audit says the State Water Board had not prioritized processing the water system's funding applications to improve water quality, explaining that the average length of time for water systems to complete their applications and receive funding doubled over the last 5 years from 17 months to 33 months. So basically each agency is going to be ping-ponging this to another one. The water companies are going to say, "Oh, it's not me. It's the state board." The state board's going to go, "Oh, it's not me. It's the budget." And then the auditors are going to be like, "Oh, it's just," and then everyone's going to be like, and then the people are going to be like, "Oh, I'm drinking poison." Now, I've said this for a long time. Is that water in this country, pretty much everywhere, is poisoned. Like, unless you live on Wall Street or somewhere pretty close, your water probably has some amount of chemicals in it. The most common chemicals in the places that I've lived are chloroform, like the shit that they use to rape people. I'm just throwing that out there. Chromium, PFAS, levels of PFAS are extremely high in water supplies, tap water. There's lots of chlorine in water. So there's also, but again, one of the big problems is they do use some chemicals in the cleaning process, but one of the problems is the chemicals do not get properly recycled or rinsed out of the water as they're cleaning it. And the other thing is, again, because our infrastructure has not been upgraded or updated in many, 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 many years in this country, there's lots of times like lead pipes can leak lead into the water supplies, right? So there's all kinds of chemicals that are going to be in water supplies. This is not just exclusive to California. This is not exclusive to Flint, Michigan. This is not exclusive to anywhere. And again, there's two different things here. There's actually what would actually be unsafe, and then there's what the government will say is unsafe. And if the government is telling you that the water is unsafe, that means the shit is fucked. That means the shit is fucked, because typically what happens is the drinking water will be unsafe, but the government guidelines are like, "Oh, well, we won't do anything until it hits this threshold," whatever. So anyway, just throwing that out there. Be careful. Get a water filter if you can. It's worth the investment, I can assure you. And there you go, especially if you live in California in these counties listed. But anywhere in the U.S., you got to be very careful.